It is so difficult to live this way. The other thing you want to remember is that your third chakra is your center of survival intuition. This is your center. Everybody's born with intuition. This nonsense that it's a gift, drop that. That's a bad rumor. Intuition is not a gift. It's what you're born with. You've got a survival skill. Every single person knows what it's like to get a hunch. To feel like, I don't know, this doesn't feel right to me. What do you think that is if not intuition? People think intuition is this, the capacity to see the future before you make a decision so you can know for a fact that you will not lose money and there'll be romance waiting for you on the other end. Excuse me, that's not intuition. That's fantasy. All right? Real intuition is this. God, something's wrong here. I feel like something's wrong here. I feel like every single time I walk into this job, I feel worse and worse and worse. Any of you ever had that feeling? What do you think that is? That's your intuition saying, get out of here. All right? Intuition is not vision, it's this. Now, if you have low self-esteem, you'll never follow your intuition without or through a crisis. You will always require a crisis before you act on it, because you haven't got enough self-respect or self-esteem to actually listen to the energy as it's being presented to you in the energetic way, what I call the wisdom path. So you end up taking the woe path. Okay? You're always offered the next step in your life in the energetic way by feeling like this, I don't fit in this world anymore, I don't fit in this relationship anymore, I don't fit wherever, fill in the blank. But if you don't have enough self-esteem, you won't have the courage to say, I got to pack my bags and get out of here. You'll sit around oming and ahhing and hope, running to one psychic after another, anybody who'll tell you what to do next. So if it doesn't work, you'll blame them. Instead of saying, I'm reading this sequel, I've got the guts to do this, these are what these signals are telling me. And then you move on to your next level, or the next place in your life. And you realize that's intuitive guidance, that's what it is. It's not about visions, it's about following the uncomfortable hits that you get in this part of your body. Now, these are the questions you want to ask yourself to figure out if you're losing any power from your third chakra. Let's begin with, if you tell yourself you're not losing power from here, you're lying. All right, now, ask yourself, do you feel good about your own sense of honor? Do you have an honor code? Do you keep your word? Do you respect yourself in this capacity? Do you need anybody else's approval? Or, here's the other way to present that question. Do you know anybody who needs your approval, who would be helped a great deal if you looked at them and said, if you looked at him or her and said, I really think you're a wonderful person, you can do this on your own? And do you consciously withhold that approval as a way of not strengthening somebody else? You want to ask yourself both questions. You simply do not want to ask self-evaluative questions from the victim's point of view of what have people done to me. You also want to take a look at what have you done to others, because you can lose an equal amount of energy by your negative actions to somebody else. If you just evaluate it from what have others done for me, you're just walking on one foot. All right, you've got to do it both ways. You've got to say, am I criticizing others? Am I a critical person? Do I operate from that point of view? Do I deliberately not respect another person's boundaries because I thrive on the power of that? Do I break my word, or do I keep my word? You want to ask yourself these questions from both point of view. And then, when you ask these questions, don't just go down them like you read a menu. Go down it with a sense of, okay, pay attention. If a question makes you nervous, makes you uncomfortable, or if you respond too soon, that's not me. Remember Shakespeare, "Sir, thou doth protest too much." You better go back in there again. You want to look at this. Your third chakra is your center, too, I want to add, of responsibility, of your capacity to take responsibility for yourself. And you want to notice that because it's in the physical third chakra, the ability to take responsibility, that's a lot of abilities, isn't it? The capacity to take responsibility for yourself physically, for your physical life, comes before the journey above your waist, which is to take responsibility of your energetic life. If you can't manage yourself in the physical, do you honestly think you're going to manage yourself well in the energetic world, in the consciousness world? Would you give millions of dollars to someone who can't get over a drug addiction? Would you do that? Or would you be more inclined to wait until that person matured, kicked the drug habit, kicked the feeling of a low self-esteem, actually felt good, had a sense of personal dignity, knew what it was to live by an honor code? Now, you'd feel totally different giving that person a lot of power. It's the same thing with us. Okay? So this is our area where you want to ask yourself about your sense of responsibility. These are the questions you want to work with.